The Bar Harbor Acadia National Park area truly is a bucket list travel destination. Melody and I stayed over a month in the area. This is a place worthy of repeat visits, folks. In this video, we take you to Bar Harbor, Maine, explore Bar Harbor and Frenchman Bay on a nature cruise, make the trek to Bar Island at low tide, and show you a cool place to see colorful starfish. We stayed 21 days at Narrows 2 Camping Resort, and Melody starts the video there. We share the best camping locations in the USA.
Hi guys, we hope you enjoy the video.
Check out our RV and camping related gear at our Amazon storefront. Link in video description.
We have arrived at We have arrived at Narrows 2 Camping Resort in Bar Harbor, Maine. Let me show you around. When you arrive, you're just going to follow the signs to where the registration area is, and we're going to take you there now. Okay, when you arrive, you're going to pull into the parking area right here, and then you're going to go into the gray building over here and register. It is also a, they have some things in there that you can get, drinks, RV supplies, but we'll take you in there now and show you what it's all about.
Here are a few photos of the inside of the store.
We just got done talking to two of the employees in the office, and boy, are they're super nice. So if you have any questions, be sure to stop in and talk to them. We're going to take you over to the pool right now. Unfortunately for Lou, there's no hot tub. Sorry folks, you're not going to get to see him in the hot tub. Oh my God. What's this? Can anybody tell me what this is? If you know what this is, put it in the comments and let me know. I'm not going to touch it though.
Does say emergency on there.
Oh, it says emergency.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're not going to check it out. We haven't been to the pool yet. It's been a little too chilly for me. You want to see if the water's warm?
It has been. We've seen people in here, especially on the weekends when there's a lot of families in the campground. And so people have been using it. It's we're recording this video in August of 2023.
Oh.
But, you know, the nights can be a little cool. We've had some nights down in the low 60s.
Tonight it's going down to 49.
Tonight it's going down to 49, folks. Anyhow, that's the pool.
This area is where most of the activities take place. We did go to a s'mores activity, which was loads of fun, and we're going to show you some pictures of that. And then this Saturday they are having an ice cream social, and from what I understand, it's the best ice cream in the area. So we will let you know on Saturday what we think. Turn it a little bit.
Yeah, rotate them, Will.
Oh, I got a black one here. Oh, see, I don't like it like that.
So did you say this is National S'mores Day?
It is.
I'll be darned.
Learn something new every day, right?
Never knew there was such a thing.
This was actually dessert for us. We had spent our first full day in the Bar Harbor area with our friends Barb and Bob, and we had dinner with them at the Bar Harbor waterfront. Wonderful meal. Here are a few clips.
Hey folks, it's a beautiful day. We're going to dinner at the Fish House. We are in Bar Harbor, Maine. Okay, so Melody and I are with friends and we're going to the Fish House Grill. Wait till you see this place. Right on the water in Bar Harbor, Maine. There it is, Fish House Grill. Out.
Great, how you doing? Two, separate from them.
Watch your step.
Oh yeah, this will work.
Guys, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I'm going to sit over on this side of this one.
Market prices. Market.
Okay, we have our drinks. Soup has arrived. I have lobster bisque. Melody has lobster bisque. Bob, what do you got over there?
Clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
Clam chowder.
And Barb is sucking on. What are you sucking on there, Barb?
I'm having a Bar Harbor ice, Long Island iced tea.
There you go. And look at that backdrop. That is really something.
Great, Bob. Well, that's what Rachel said. You know, it's getting her attention. You know, and she got really mad at us. And my main friend Sally said, well, she
Well,
was
you
really
can't
upset.
beat the
She
scenery.
goes, well, you know how she is. She gets upset when she's reprimanded. I said, you know, I lost a grandchild. Why do I care if she got
Some of the
upset?
food has arrived. We're still waiting on my dinner, and Barb is waiting on her dinner. What'd you get, Barb?
I got baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs. I have fish tacos coming. Melody, that's what she got, and that haddock
Here comes the rest of it.
looks pretty good. So, you can't complain about the portions. These are my fish tacos. I got some coleslaw for a side, and look at Barb's. Look at Barb's ribs. Those
I love, yeah, those
Please
are.
eat some
are
potatoes.
some mouth-watering
Oh my gosh,
ribs.
thank you. You're welcome.
Holy
I
crap.
know.
I'm gonna take a little container to put the bones and stuff.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank
You're
you.
awesome.
My pleasure, guys.
There's Liz gets some.
Okay, chow time. So we just finished dinner in Bar Harbor, Maine, and Barb and Bob are going to take us on their yacht.
That's right.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, we want to travel in your world.
We want a piece of your world.
So the Fish House Grill is over there. This is a ramp that goes down into Bar Harbor. This is one sweet yacht right here. This is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We spent the day in Acadia National Park. This evening we're here at Bar Harbor having dinner and just walking around the town with our friends Barb and Bob Hedis.
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 Hedis World. Okay.
Hedis World.
You want to come travel in our world.
Woo!
Hedis World.
I'm traveling our world.
Woo!
So folks, if you come down to Bar Harbor, follow the public walking trail along the harbor, and you get views like this. Isn't this gorgeous?
During our stay in August 2023, the laundry facilities were closed, but you can go down to Mount Desert Narrows, which is left and down the road. But Lou and I chose to do our laundry in Ellsworth, and he's going to throw some pictures up of the place we used.
We did laundry at Eden Laundry in Ellsworth, about 7 miles from the campground. The facility was very clean. We can recommend to go there.
Now we're going to give you a walking tour of Narrows 2.
The main drag going down through the campground is called Narrows Way. I think it is appropriately named. We're going to take you down to toward the water, show you the campsites down there, and then we're going to give you a general tour of the camping you'll find here at Narrows 2. Narrows 2 Campground is part of the Trails Collection under the Thousand Trails umbrella. Melody and I are camping here at no additional cost using our existing Thousand Trails membership. There are some cabins here as well. A lot of vacant sites, but I suspect, only so many sites are set aside for Thousand Trails members. If you were to pay retail, I imagine these sites go for a pretty penny because you do have a partial water view. I heard that these sites down here are pretty pricey along the waterfront. We're going to show you those sites here in a few minutes.
They do have cabins here, but it is my understanding that there are no restroom facilities inside the cabin, so you would have to use the bathhouse and the showers. Lou is going to take you over and show you one of them now.
Looks like they go up to C10, C1 through C10, so I suspect there's 10 cabins here. This gives you an idea what you're looking at if you intend to rent a cabin. Thousand Trails does have a cabin pass. There goes one of those jets. Nope, you can't see it. Sometimes they fly right over.
I think somebody's renting that one. It looks like that this one's
Yeah, it looks like
occupied.
this may be rented out. On the weekends, these were pretty packed. Thousand Trails has a cabin pass, and those cabin passes are also good at some of their Trails Collection properties, and I believe this one participates in that program. Okay, so that's a look at the cabins. We're going to continue around this loop. This wraps us around to the waterfront sites, so we'll just approach the waterfront sites from this direction. So here's the main part of the camping area, and off to my left are the cabins we just showed you, Cabin Lane, and Melody's walking down toward the waterfront sites.
Check out the view that these sites here have. They are gorgeous. How would you like to sit out there in the morning or in the evening? Why don't you scan over, take a look at that. Fantastic view.
Oh yeah, they got a nice porch set up there right in front. Here's a vacant site right here, waterfront site. Let's take a walk up in here.
Yet another amazing site.
Looks like this site is site 312. Full hookup. 30-50 amp. There's your water. There's your sewer.
Wow. When it's high tide, it is just spectacular over here.
There's a big differential in the tide here. So at high tide, the water comes clear up to where you see the green here. But it is pretty. And here's a look back at that campsite. Fairly long campsite. Back up toward the welcome station. Another vacant campsite. You want to take them down? Public access?
You want to go down now, or you want to wait till it's high tide?
No, let's show them now,
Okay.
right now. And we're not metered on time, so we can also take you down here during high tide later in the week. Melody and I are spending 3 weeks at Narrows 2 Campground.
Hey Lou, I just saw the seagull back of me. It looks like he's got a crab or something. Why don't you see if you can zoom in? I'm going to walk over.
Okie dokie. He's got something. He's chewing on something. Either a crab or a fish.
The seagull definitely had a crab, but when he saw me coming, he picked it up and he flew further away. But it definitely was a crab. During our stay at Narrows 2, we found this spectacular place where you can view starfish of all different colors. Lou's going to show you some pics and video of that now.
A cool place to check out while in the Bar Harbor, Maine area is Tidal Falls Preserve. It's operated by the Frenchman Bay Conservancy. There's about 8 acres on the property here. You have a beautiful view of some reversing falls depending on which way the tide's going. Let's go down and take a look at Tidal Falls Preserve. Low tide was about an hour and a half ago. They have an observation platform out here. The parking area is not all that big. I think that was low tide 2 hours ago. But we're coming back this way. We're heading out to the, yeah, I would say this is low tide. Take a look at that right in there. Looks like we've got a group down over the hill there. There is a picnic area here. Melody is curious. So there is a sign down there that says, please protect our starfish. You're supposed to be able to see starfish here. So let's head down over the hill and check out the starfish. There's the parking area over there. Like I said, it's a very small parking area, but it is a nice park. And hey, I'm stoked about seeing whether they got starfish down here or not. So let's head down over the hill. And here's a little bit closer look at the sign. Please protect our starfish. Let's head down over the hill.
Well, this says strong tides and dangerous currents. Another sign about protecting the starfish. Oh wow, this is really pretty. I can see what they're talking about being a pinch point. That river narrows down pretty good. So if you come out here, you want to be really careful. I have hiking boots on with good tread, and I've almost busted my butt 3 times. These rocks are like glass. I guess it's because the water comes up. You can see some like algae on those rocks, but wow, you can really take a tumble. So I'm seeing all kinds of shells. But what oh wow, there's like a ton of shells. But what I'm looking for is starfish. Look at that water coming through here. I'm continuing to walk down through here. I want to see a starfish, folks. So we did find a starfish. A very pretty purple starfish. Wonderful. And we spotted one in the water here. That is a nice one right there. Just enjoying a bath in the water. Really pretty purple starfish at Tidal Falls Preserve in Maine.
Okay guys, we're gonna head up to our campsite, and as you know, Milo's gonna be so excited to see us and see you as well. Why don't we walk down here, Lou, and show him some more of the waterfront sites. Check out that view. Isn't it gorgeous? We'll bring you down here during high tide so you can see the difference between high and low right here. But isn't that just gorgeous?
The weather changes in a flash here in Maine, and it really makes a difference whether the sun's in or out. This water will turn just a gorgeous turquoise when the sun hits it right. So just a minute ago when I was filming that other clip, the sun was behind a cloud, but the sun's popped out a little bit, it's going back in. But it makes a big difference in the appearance of the water. Starfish Place is the name of the road there, and I believe we are on Lobster Loop.
Well, guys, welcome to our home. Let's go see what Milo's been up to.
I'm going to give him a quick tour before we bring Milo out, hon.
Okay.
So we have a full hookup, 50 amp campsite, plenty of room. Well, enough room. Milo's gonna know we're here, so I'm just gonna give you a quick tour. But this is got plenty of space in the back. Now remember, I have a 29-foot fifth wheel now, folks. But plenty of space. This picnic table belongs to this other site, which has been vacant for a few days. But here's all our hookups. It does have cable, TV cable, free with the with your stay. Comes with the campsite. Everything's right there on your post, to include the water. And but we're really pleased with our campsite here at Narrows 2. Plenty of space to park our truck right in front of the site. And it really makes a big difference having a shorter fifth wheel, folks. We fit into a campsite's much easier. So let's go get Milo.
I think it's time to get Milo out. I even heard him chirping in there. Oh, there he goes. He knows we're home.
That Hartville RV loves this angle every time I go get Milo.
Hi,
There's our
Milo.
buddy.
Come on up. No, come on. We're not going inside yet. We got to see everybody. Up. Good boy. Sit. Tell everybody hi. Say hi, everybody. Say, I'm glad my mommy and daddy are home. Okay, give me a kiss.
So we have another week. We've been here 2 weeks. As of tomorrow, we will be here 2 weeks. We're going down to Bar Harbor tomorrow, and the next day we have a boat tour tomorrow, huh?
Tomorrow we're doing a nature tour, and hopefully we'll get to see some wildlife. Supposedly you can see puffins and seals and all kinds of life, so we're hoping that we get to see something. And then Thursday we're doing the bridge walk in Bar Harbor. It's where at low tide you can walk over to this island, but if you're not back in time and stuck on the island, it can cost in upwards of $150 to be rescued. So make sure you check the tide charts before you head over.
Yeah, we got that all planned out, and if you get stuck over there during high tide, then it's 9 hours before you hit another low tide. So we're not going to get stuck over there. In fact, we're going down early in the morning. It's the day after tomorrow. But we're here for another week, so we're not going to wrap the video here. We're going to be bringing you various different content in the latter portions of this video, and we'll end up closing the video toward the end of our stay here at Narrows 2. Melody and I are doing a nature cruise this afternoon, and we're at Bar Harbor. We couldn't find any parking on the immediate downtown waterfront, but if you come up to Grant Park, there was plenty of parking here at Grant Park. There are vacant parking spots. We snagged one, and so we're going to walk the waterfront down to where we're going to catch the cruise, the nature cruise here at Bar Harbor, Maine. So there's the parking area up there. They do have some picnic tables down here at Grant Park. And it is a pretty waterfront walking trail. Oh, we got a schooner out there. See that ship out there? Pretty cool. This is going to be a scenic walk. Well, I'm glad we came down to Grant Park. So check out how many people are on this schooner. I'll zoom in for you. There's quite a few people in that schooner. Wow. This is an interesting pathway. Woo! That's kind of drop. That is quite a drop down there. Okay, I gotta catch up with Melody. So as I suspected, the building off to the left of me walking down this trail is the Bar Harbor Inn. See the Bar Harbor Inn right there? This is a pretty cool path. We didn't come down this far when we first arrived. So I'm glad we parked at the Grant Park and walked up toward the main port, if you will, here at Bar Harbor. This is the front of the hotel. It is a pretty waterfront. And we're catching the nature cruise right over in there. Okay, well, we've checked in and we now know where we're going to go to catch the nature cruise. It's right where we ate the other day at the Fish House Grill. It's right behind there. You can see the ship that we're going to take. Lighthouses and nature cruises right there. Yeah, end up catching it right there on the pier. It's right by the Sunrise Cafe. I'll throw some photos up for you where you catch the cruise. And also give you some information about the cruise, how much it cost and all that.
Bar Harbor Whale Watch Company is the name of the cruise line. And we took the Bar Harbor Nature Cruise. Retail price was $41 for an adult. So we paid that twice, $41 times 2. We did get a discount. They do offer a veterans discount. Here is some video from this outstanding cruise. And hey, folks, check out the eagles we saw on this nature cruise.
Oh boy, they have a seasickness meter right here, but it's got a smiley face today.
And some are more modern, so you can take a look for those as we go ahead and head on out of the harbor and along the shoreline of Mount Desert Island to find food. So you can see just how much bigger as that bird flies away than the gulls are right behind it. So that eagle has now landed right up on top of the very tip tree at our 1230. It's an almost all dead tree, and you can see this very large eagle up on top. Yes, that wingspan is over 6 feet long. House towards our way, but the almost all dead tree, all bare on the top, and you can just see that very large eagle sitting on top of there. Absolutely beautiful look and great way to in the short beginning. So here he's flying again. Heading on off towards our 1230, heading on up. Small particles left over from the glaciers. And that's how Sand Beach, right at our 1 o'clock, kind of got started. However, Sand Beach is now continued because of the way the ocean currents come into and onto Mount Desert Island. So for example, if you go ahead and you look behind us at our 6 o'clock, you're looking right out into the open Gulf of Maine. Those ocean currents come straight on in to this cove. It is indeed a cove or a true harbor. It is an indentation of water surrounded by land on 3 sides. However, as the current comes in, it gets altered and changed by at our 7 o'clock, you have this big rock that's there. This big rock is known as Old Soaker because, of course, anytime there's a big storm that comes through here, it soaks right on up over that rock. Old Soaker is also the namesake for Atlantic Brewery sodas, both their root beer and their blueberry. If you haven't tried it yet, it is oh so good. And yes, we even sell some on the boat if you like. But as that current comes in, it gets changed by the rock and it ends up as it is a protected seabird nesting island by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife and part of the Maine Coastal Islands National Wildlife Refuge. So one of the things is, as this is protected for birds, well, it's other wildlife that will take advantage of that protection as well. So as you're going ahead and looking in the waters at our 1 o'clock and our 2 o'clock, you may notice it looks like a little buoy, but it's really dark. And the more you look at it, the more you realize it's looking back at you. Has a couple of eyes, a couple of nostrils, and some whiskers. These are all seals in the water. So in general, they do like to haul out and rest on the rocks at low tide, and then they go out and they fish at high tide. So with the tide coming in, yes, it's not too surprising that all of these seals are in the water. Even at 1 o'clock, you can kind of see all those heads sticking up. There's even a seal kind of splashing around up at our 1 o'clock. Behind that, these are sea ducks. These are common eiders that are also here. So if you're interested in a lighthouse off the coast of Maine. Now, as we also come around, as you go ahead, you can also look at the lighthouse, and then right behind it, you can see Cadillac Mountain. So if you want a little bit of your money shot, here comes up the lighthouse with going to be Cadillac Mountain behind it. Migrating, as well as 6 locals that are around. So to be able to maintain your territory, to keep other eagles away from your nest. Left-hand side of the boat.
Can you see it?
And if you start to think about it, for all of the older adults on board, how many of you remember seeing a bell right up on the top of the tree at our 2 o'clock? The highest tree that's up there curved a little bit off towards the right because of wind, sitting right up on top, and just underneath in that tree is where the nest is. It's not easily seen, but it is kind of hidden in that nest that they use. So beautiful, beautiful look at this adult eagle. Looking to see if there's any of the youngsters around.
Okay, well, I would say it's just about at high tide because that island out there is almost completely gone. Can you see the difference in the water level? You see all that area where Melody was walking earlier in the day? Ha ha, it's all underwater. And that island out there is almost completely gone. If you want to, you can roll the video back and take a look at how big that island was earlier in the video when the tide was lower. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. The sun's out and the water just looks fantastic. I told you I'd show you what the water looked like at high tide. Melody and I got up early this morning. We came down to the Bar Harbor Island Trail. This takes you across a sandbar to Bar Harbor Island. So let's get to it. So folks, you have to hit the Bar Island path at the right time of day. Low tide, an hour and a half before low tide, an hour and a half after low tide. They say you can walk across the sandbar to Bar Harbor Island, which is right out in front of you here. And what's this say? Warning, high tide will leave you stranded. You can safely cross the bar 1.5 hours before and after low tide. If stranded, the next low tide is in 9 hours. A water taxi may be hired for approximately $150. So I did want to show you something on this map. We're currently located right here at the entrance to Bar Island Path. But where we park is down here at the waterfront. Early in the morning this morning, we had no problem getting a spot down here. But you just come right up West Street and it'll take you to where you need to turn off. Let's see, we're on Bridge Street. We'll take you right down to Bar Harbor, Bar Island Path. So we did arrive early. We're about an hour and 50 minutes before low tide. And so the pathway is still obstructed by water. So Melody and I are going to check the sandbar out over the next few minutes, and we're going to see how this water progresses and see if that pathway clears so that we can go over to Bar Island. Now, I do have my backpack on today, and I brought wet water shoes. Melody's got some rubber boots in my backpack, so that if we have to lose our tennis shoes and put the wet water gear on for our footwear, we can do that. But we're gonna wait to see if this completely provides a dry walking surface on the sandbar clear over to the island. The tide differential it's a large tide differential. All this area that we're standing on right now is submerged during high tide. And I could tell you, this is, my feet aren't even sinking on this. This is a pretty solid sandbar. So back there you're looking at Bridge Street. That's the way we accessed the sandbar. And it is a pretty neat sandbar. This is it's just real shallow right there. But Melody and I are waiting. It looks like that's the deepest proportion over between the island and that next little piece of land strip here on the sandbar. But like I said, we're early. Low tide isn't for about another hour and 45 minutes. So we'll have plenty of time over on the island. This is a beautiful area, folks. Lots to see and do in the area. This is the kind of place that you can come back more than once. Definitely a bucket list travel destination. So as you can see, that area where Melody was walking was covered just a few minutes ago. That's how fast the water is going down. The tide's going out. And so Melody can make it over to that strip we were talking about. I think I'll follow suit. She didn't sink. We still got our tennis runners on. And this is pretty solid. I'm not sinking at all. So, no water gear required to this point.
I'm the first one on the sandbar this morning.
Yeah. So now we just have this last piece to navigate. Water is clear. Birds are out here this morning. Oh, we've invaded their space. They have this sandbar all to themselves. So actually, it was pretty cool arriving here before you can actually walk all the way across, because we could see the water recede. It continues to go down, and it is pretty. We have a beautiful day this morning. So yesterday we took the nature cruise out of Bar Harbor. That was very interesting. You may have already seen that portion of the video. And we saw people wading across here. So they either intended to wade across here, but it looked like they were pretty much waist deep when they were coming across the strip here. So Melody and I are not that adventurous. So we're gonna wait for this water to go down. It's receding fairly quickly. So evidently they have decided not to go all the way to the island. The water's just a little bit too deep. There's lots of people waiting with us to go to Bar Island. And as always, Melody makes friends everywhere we go. So this is exactly at 1 hour and 30 minutes before low tide. And many people are still walking across here. It's almost completely where you can walk across. There are a few spots yet to close. I think Melody and I are going to wait so that we can go across in our tenny runners. It is a beautiful day, and we can't wait to check out Bar Island. Okay, here we go. We did it! We did it! We led the way. Here comes everybody else. We made it across, folks. Here is Bar Island. We have some pretty big rocks along the sandbar here. Somebody made a little campfire ring there. Bar Harbor sits over in there. And this is a pretty good look at the land bridge from Bar Island. They made it! Okay, let's check this island out. So some people got real creative on the Bar Island here, right after you cross the land bridge. Look at these Little rock piles. And we got some signage over here and a trail. We're gonna go check this out, folks. That is pretty darn neat. With Bar Harbor in the background. Well, gee, this is something I didn't know. Bar Island is part of Acadia National Park. Okay, with a trail and the overlooks we visited that was worth a hike on Bar Island. And so let's see what the sandbar looks like. We were up there, half hour, 45 minutes. So let's see what the sandbar looks like now. It is a beautiful day today. Oh yeah, looks like we got an easy walk back to Bar Harbor. As you can see, the sandbar is much wider on the way back to Bar Harbor. Melody, you want to get some lunch?
Absolutely, I'm starving.
So we have decided on the Thirsty Whale Tavern. Melody found a menu over here.
Okay, they have lobster bisque seasonal.
They have lobster bisque.
They have clam if you don't want that.
They have haddock sandwich. And they got brew.
Extra security. Is it the same menu that's outside?
Yes, ma'am. It should be the same. What's the menu?
So they call this the beer garden. And it's nice and cozy back here. Well, we are at Bar Harbor, so we're having a lobster bisque. And let me tell you, there were a lot of lobster traps out there in the Frenchman Bay when we went on the cruise yesterday. How is it, hon?
Thick. It's good. It's real thick.
Well, lunch has arrived. I got the haddock sandwich. It's blackened with
Thank you.
garden salad, and she just brought me some balsamic vinegar. Melody got, what'd you get, hon?
Reuben and coleslaw.
Reuben and coleslaw. And of course, this is the local brew. Oh yeah, we can do that.
This was our waitress, Rosie, and she took very good care of us, and the prices were right.
It's a busy place, folks, right across from the visitor center at the intersection of Main and Cottage Street. There is a souvenir shop. 57 Main Street. Melody's in here now. It's supposed to be a lot of neat stuff in here. Yeah, this is the sweatshirt I was looking for. I saw somebody in the campground that had this sweatshirt, and they told me to come here. That is a nice looking sweatshirt, folks.
This photo was taken on top of Cadillac Mountain Summit in Acadia National Park. In the left-hand center of your screen is Bar Harbor, Maine. This is truly a bucket list travel destination. Melody and I will be back. We hope you enjoyed the video. We had fun making it. We hope you got something out of it. That's why we make these videos. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and we will see you down the road. Thanks for watching, folks.